Hi everyone, good morning, welcome back. Happy Monday to you all. I hope no Monday blues today. Okay, guys, sorry could not post it on Saturday or Sunday. We had gone on a very great trip to Amritsar with our morning walk gang. Really enjoyed it. I did post some of the live videos there about the trip. It was really fun. Okay, bit tiring, but it was all fun at the end. Okay, and in fact, I even sang a song in the bus. I'll post that video separately to you guys. Okay, okay. Coming back to today's topic, last we had talked about how to be, you know, a charismatic leader or an attractive character, right? In the expert business series, okay. And we had talked about why it is important and how do you move from growth, self-growth to contribution mode. Then we had tried to answer a few questions also, where we had talked about what if I am not certified and I can't help people yet. And then I touched upon what if others know more about my topic than me. Okay. Now the next topic we are going to cover is called who do you want to serve as an expert leader or a charismatic leader or attractive character. Okay. So this is a very important factor for you to identify. So let's understand it from various aspects of it. Okay. So if you're going to create a mass movement and you're actually creating a vehicle for change for people, and whom you're going to serve, ideally those is the people who have walked the similar path you have walked. Okay. So for example, in my case, people who have been in 9 to 5 jobs, they want to start their own business, they want to make some passive income, are those people who are going to be my ideal customers. Okay? Those are the people whom I want to serve. In fact, I also want to serve those people who already have a business running. They want to grow through social media, to online mode. Okay, and so it is very important for you to identify in your case who do I want to serve, right? So the answer to that is the people who were just like you and followed the same path, and they see you, they want to do the same what you have achieved. Okay? So it is a point where you want to create true believers, because they will see that you have gone through the same path yourself. Okay. Now sometimes it can be very difficult to identify who those people are. So let's first understand from the market perspectives. Now in the online business, there are basically 3 core markets. Of course, you can have many more based on your area of expertise. So there are 3 categories we are going to talk about today. One is health, second is wealth, and third is relationships. Right? These are the very most common ones. Of course, there can be many more. Now let's look at, we need to dig deeper into this core markets. We have to look at what are the sub-markets in these areas. For example, if you go to health, it could be something like diet, it could be nutrition, it could be strength training, it could be weight loss, right? So these are the sub-markets of health. Similarly, for wealth, it could be something related with finance, something related with investing, something related with real estate, or it could be something related with sales, like we are doing online sales through sales funnels. Okay, so think about that as a sub-market. Then let's look at relationships. It could be related with love, it could be related with dating advice, it could be with marriage advice, right? So these are the things which could be more important to look at as a sub-market. But please understand, the sub-markets are not the markets which you are going to play, because those markets are already in the red ocean. If you guys have heard about a book called Blue Ocean Strategy, there the author is talking about that when you start a new business, you always look at a blue ocean where there are not many competitors, there are not many sharks which are eating the same pool of fish. You want to avoid that competition. So it is very important for you to identify what is the blue ocean for you. Otherwise, you are in a red ocean where there are a lot of sharks eating the same amount of fish, okay, which is very difficult to survive. Now let's look at, so what is going to be your niche So we have talked about the three core markets, then we have talked about sub-markets. Now, out of that sub-market, you have to identify your niche, which is very different. And that is the whole concept of identifying whom you are going to serve. Okay? And why it is important? Because if you are just playing in the sub-market, which are already in red ocean, it is very difficult to be successful there. A lot of people do play there in that area, but it is going to be more difficult. Right? So when you are looking at starting your expert business, you are looking at something which is with the less competition, right? Something which is unique, something which is different. So you're actually creating your own market in other. Okay. Now, if you would have looked at these markets would have changed over time, right? And the people who started fresh in these markets, say health, wealth, or relationship, they were playing in the blue ocean area. It was easy for them. Right? Then, as more and more people jumped in their markets, these markets became like a red ocean. So the same people were trying to jump into the same pool of food, fish. Okay, they were trying to eat those fish, and it was like a bloodbath over there, and that creates a lot of competition. Okay, now mistake a lot of people make this is they start looking at niche as a sub-market or a core market, right? And that is where the problem starts. So you have to look at maybe people who are more in the blue ocean area. Okay, so you have to carve out your own spot in the ecosystem, right? Main market, sub-market, and then your core, your own niche. That is where you're going to carve out your own area where you're going to address whom you're going to serve as a customer. Let's take an example of niche area. So from health, if nutrition is a sub-market, then high-fat diets could be a niche. If it is a weight loss market, then weight loss for college students could be a niche. Okay? If it is a wealth with the real estate as a sub-market, then assuming flipping houses on eBay could be a niche. Okay? If it is online business like what we are doing, Facebook traffic for e-commerce products could be a niche, or Facebook groups to grow your business could be a niche, right? Relationships, if you're looking at parenting, then dealing with teenagers could be a niche. If it is dating, then how to recover after a breakup could be a niche. So you have to carve out your own niche, and this is very, very important when you are trying to identify whom you are going to serve. Okay. So in wealth, like we take example of a real estate, we are looking at flipping houses on eBay. This could be a very, very specific niche you are targeting. Right? So it is important for you to identify what is that niche area for you, which is where you're going to play. Okay, and what is more important is how you're going to be different from other people in your market. What are you offering which is different than other people? That is where the core is. Okay, then because you don't want to compete them. So what maybe you can look at who are the expert in that areas. What are they doing? Who is playing? What kind of specific niche in your area? What are they talking about? Right? And you can, instead of competing with them, you could be complementing them. For example, if I'm in an online business of making money, and if I have an expert in that area who is looking at how to grow your online business using Facebook groups, then that person is complementing me, right? And I could also talk about those offers in my area too, right? Because he's not directly competing with me, but he is. So similarly, you have to identify what is that core niche which is complementing, right? And then you can ask a few questions to yourself. Would people in this market be excited about the new opportunity I'm presenting in my niche, right? Because you are pulling people out from the sub-market to the niche market. Now they need to have some specific reason for that particular market. So if it is a wealth case, people who are in the real estate, they are looking at more in terms of flipping houses on eBay. Could be a specific interest area for them, right? So you have to really see whether those people would be interested in this particular thing. Second question you need to ask, are there in people in this market are irrationally passionate about it? For example, if you are irrationally passionate about some specific things, so the people who are playing in the real estate, right? For them, flipping houses on eBay could be interesting, and they could be passionate about it. So when you talk to various friends or family members, or you're in your circle, if you bring that topic up, do you see the people really care about that topic? Is it interesting for them, right? Are they as passionate as you are? So then you can get an idea, okay guys, this is the area which I should look at, right? Third thing you need to look at, are there any communities around that topic? Are there any online forums, message boards, social groups dedicated to this topic? How about Facebook groups and fan pages or YouTube channels, podcasts or blogs? Are the people talking about these topics in those? So you're looking at, are there people are really passionate about this particular topic? Then is there any vocabulary around that topic? For example, in online business we have a vocabulary called autoresponder, we have split testing, we have squeeze pages or landing pages. Now there could be a specific vocabulary to that market which is already there, and you need to identify that. Okay. Hi guys, I see a lot of people watching this today. Thank you, ma'am, Suman Babi, Hari. Then we have Praveen. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Okay. Now let's move on to, so in case of a health, to something like blood tests, ketones. Now these are specific vocabularies which are already there. So you need to identify what vocabulary is there in your market segment. Okay. Are there any events being organized? Are there any seminars, webinars, or summits, or conferences in the area which you are looking at as an expertise, or with the people whom you want to serve? So if they are already used to attending those seminars, events or webinars, then it is easy for you to address that. Okay? You can offer them all these opportunities. Okay? Are there any other experts in the same market? If there are, what are they doing? How they are thriving? How they are selling? What information products are there in your market? Okay? Because you don't want to be the first one, because then it is very, very difficult. Okay? If you already have some expert, then there is some momentum already built up in that market. Okay? So that is where the culture has already started catching up. Okay? And remember, you are in a niche area. You are not in the sub-market or the core market. So it is important to identify all these people. Now, third important factor is, third question which you could be looking at, are these people willing and able to spend money on information? So there may be people interested, they may be passionate, but are they really willing to sell, to buy that information? Are they willing to spend money on that? So for example, let's take example, say gaming, okay, online gaming. Now there was a guy who was trying to sell into online gaming to the students, right? And students could not buy those information products or trainings on how to play the game better. And they could not convince their moms or dads how to do that. So he tried a lot in that market but failed. Okay? But as soon as he found those people who were willing to pay, he was successful overnight. Okay? Similarly, if a guy who's trying to sell something to, say, software engineers, now they may have the money, right? But they were not willing to pay for it. It was not something which was lucrative enough or something which was, enticing enough or interesting enough for them. So it could be vice versa. They may have the interest, but they don't have the money to pay, or they may have the money to pay, but they may not have the interest. So it is very, very important you to identify these questions, answers, very done. So let's review these questions once again. Would people in my sub-market or a niche market be excited about the new opportunity I'm presenting in my niche? Are the people in this market irrationally passionate about it? Are there any communities? Are there any vocabulary? Are there any events or other experts? Other experts could be complementing to your business too, right? And are these people willing and able to spend money on information? Now, these are the core questions you need to identify. So to review back, you need to identify which core market you are operating in, which sub-market, and which is that niche, which is a blue ocean area. Okay guys, I hope this helps you as an expert business, and you will have to look at this very carefully, otherwise all your efforts can go waste. if you start your own expert business, if you start sharing information, right? Even if you are doing as a welfare, still it is important for you to identify answer to these questions, and it will help you to be successful in the longer run. Okay. Okay, guys, have a nice day and a nice week ahead. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.